It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over there, who yesterday threatened to, kind of alluded to the fact he may show up at one of the Muskegon Tonight live shows, and then he didn't. Which,
well, I didn't say it was going to be last night. In fact, I think I told you it wouldn't be last night.
You inferred, and there was kind of a suggestion made that you may show up, which would have been helpful because honestly, we had 2 scheduled guests, which were multiple guests, so we could drag it out a little longer, and then a little catch up to do with being gone for a couple of months, and then the comedian stiffed us. Thanks for Carlo. Yeah, he didn't show up. Yep.
Oh man.
So here I am, dragging out an hour show between 2 guests, essentially 2 guests with dance monkey.
Well,
that's me.
You're a professional. You've been in this business for over a quarter of a century. So, that's where you lean on your depth and breadth of experience.
And I did. And part of that was talking about the Mayo experience. I did reveal that my wife was in the room when a rubber glove examination happened. And how, that's one of the things that you just never plan on when you're saying your I do's.
No.
What
is that for better, for worse? Is that the for worse?
That's going to be right up there in the for worse column.
Why was she in the room for that?
Well, because she was there for the consultation and everything else. And then the doctor's just like, if you don't mind, sir, we'd like to examine.
Okay, then you say, honey, can you please step out? This is something a man has to experience alone with his doctor.
Right. Well,
I don't need you here at this. Like,
in that moment.
Would you?
Okay, in that moment, clarity of thought doesn't really pop into your head. Okay.
Oh, that would have been the first thing I would have thought of.
No.
I would have been pointing. I would have been
just
honey,
like
I would have pointed. No.
You would have been caught off guard. You would have had nowhere to go. You would have zero thought.
Even if I was caught off guard, because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
I know what's coming, and I know I'm going to be vulnerable. You do not want your lady, and she doesn't want to see you in a vulnerable position.
I don't know if she didn't want to see it.
Neither one of you want to be in there for that. In fact, you're doing each other affairs, not just for you. This isn't some,
I looked across the room when it was happening, and I saw this look on her face like that. So she may have thought, good for him. He's got this coming.
No. Well, okay, then in that instance, you definitely want to banish her out of the room.
Well,
that cannot.
It happened so quick and so fast. There was no other choice. There she sat, and I'm like,
I'm sorry. I think there was a choice. I just think you just didn't take the opportunity to avail yourself of that particular decision. You could have just.
A comedian ditches us, and I have to reveal that to the world. So there.
Well, that's hey, it's good content if nothing else. See?
At least they didn't ask me about the balloon at the end of the week.
Okay, I don't want to even think about that either. So okay, we're at the end of the week. How was your week overall? We usually talk about our weekend after on the Monday. Did you have a good week, a bad week? I know things started off a little choppy. You were in a kind of a downcast state of mind to start the week, and where are we now as we hit Friday?
I'm okay. I've got to, we got some things to do and people to go and places, whatever. Tomorrow night is Anthrax over at Soaring Eagle Casino.
Oh, cool! You guys going?
Yeah, catching up to do with the boys.
Nice, good for you.
It should be fun. Cindy's got no idea what she's in for. I showed her some videos the other night. I'm like, hey, a couple months ago, I'm like, hey, Anthrax is coming. You want to go? Yeah, let's go see Anthrax. She's like, what are they like? Oh, you'll like it. Don't worry. And I showed her the Caught in a Mosh video, and I'm like, we're going to be sitting right there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so she's all fired up.
Nice. So that's a nice way to end your week. That's cool.
How much you want to bet the penny slots are going to go way up over Soaring Eagle?
Oh, yeah. You think?
Yeah, this is great, honey. I'll be out there.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you ran into your old buddy Scott. Hope it's fun.
Good times, I'm sure, will be had by all.
How about you?
And
is that where you're going with this?
You know what? I've had a really, really good week, and I did something to start the week because it's not like anything special happened in particular, because it didn't. It was a normal week except
Keep
for
in mind,
this
it's a family
aspect.
show.
Yes.
All right.
And this is for everybody. This really is.
It's not your secret sock, is it?
Because no.
Just checking.
See, why do you got to go there?
Well,
I'm trying to be uplifting. I'm trying to give people a sense of my week and why it was a good week and how what I'm doing might be able to help some people. All right. So, you get up on a Monday morning and you're looking at it, especially at the hour that I get up, which is before 4 a.m. And typically it's, oh, Jesus. The bed's nice and warm. I don't want to work out. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go into work. My main wish typically when I wake up is I want to be unconscious again. I want to go back to sleep. But I watched this thing on Netflix. I think it was last weekend. And it was an old, I think it was one of their early streaming shows, programs. It was called The Secret. It's basically the secret to success and being healthy and having a good mindset and all that. And it really comes to, it's basically a what about Bob approach to life, but where, I feel good, I feel great, I feel wonderful. Sounds stupid and kind of cliche.
Yeah.
But you just kind of like speak it out and like you basically decide this is going to be a good week. This is going to be a good day. You literally talk yourself into it. And that can do with your health too. Like I do feel good. I do feel healthy. I am this. I am this. I am. And you kind of speak it into existence. You really, you put it out there. And I've been doing this like every day.
Okay.
And it's not like I'm a sad or depressed person by any stretch of the imagination, but it did improve my week. Just kind of doing that every single day. I was happier and I accomplished more this week than I typically would, because of the mindset. And I felt good about it. That's the other thing. It actually helps you feel good about the things that you are doing. And it helps you, even if you make mistakes during the week, which we all do, and we make them every day, it helps you overcome that easier. So it was one of those things where I didn't think anything maybe was going to happen, but at the end of it, as I look back on it, it did help. Just kind of deciding to be in a good mood, deciding to have a good attitude, deciding to be positive about your day. Even if you don't really feel that, if you keep speaking out and getting yourself in that mindset, it does work. It
Sage
really
advice.
does.
All right.
So there you go.
And then, next week we're going to have to talk about the that documentary you brought up a week or so ago about the ancient
Ancient
Apocalypse? Graham
Hancock.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dude, I hope that I'm alive when they have to admit that we know nothing about the history of this planet.
Yeah.
I really do, because the drawings are right there in this program to prove that there's more there. They're right there.
Oh yeah, but see, but but who the big impediment to a lot of this is the archaeologists.
I know.
They're the ones that say, no, if we haven't dug up fossils from there, if we don't have we can't trust this because of this, and it's really starting to make me
what I'd like to do?
Reevaluate my view of Indiana Jones.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to be in a convention of archaeologists.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know this. We don't know this. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to walk up to the podium and go, "Hey, asshole, how did they build that big megalithic rock over there that weighs 115,000 tons? How did they cut it? How did they move it? And explain that one to me." There's no fossils. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what I would say at the podium.
We didn't find any fossils, so no, didn't happen. If I didn't dig it up, it didn't exist.
So that thing's sitting there. It was moved from 4 miles over there. It weighs 115,000 tons, and you didn't find any fossils. Okay, that's plausible.
Uh-huh.
I hope to God I'm still alive when they all have to stand there and go,
ooh. Here's the problem. Nobody, especially when you're an expert, in archaeology, especially in that particular field, have always been the experts. Experts never want to admit to being wrong.
Nope.
Because then their credibility is called into question.
I get it.
It goes through any and every profession. If you're at the top of it, if you're the person that's supposed to be in the know, and it turns out you don't know what we thought you knew, it's
But
over.
here's the
So.
easiest way around that. We learned more.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it hurts somebody's career.
Oh,
So now
doesn't matter.
somebody's thinking, "Oh, that's," but
You know
that's
what?
what they think it
That's
does.
that's
That's what
almost
they
as
think it
dumb
does.
as saying to somebody that's got an addiction problem that admitting it is detrimental.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
almost as
100
stupid
yes.
as that.
Yeah, it
All
is
right.
stupid, but it is that's still the mindset.
Hey,
That's
Mr.
still the
Archaeologist, explain this Antikythera mechanism. You know what that is? You seen that thing?
No, I have not.
Look up the Antikythera mechanism. It's thousands of years old, and it's a computer. No kidding.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's not possible.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, anyway,
I'm
listen
sorry.
to
Is
this.
there a
Just
fossil?
amuse me.
Is there a I'm sorry. Is there a fossil of that? Because if we don't have a okay.
Anyway, go.
Fine. Let's get into it. Well, tech companies like Microsoft and Google have laid off thousands of workers. The service industry still looking to hire. Chipotle needs 15,000 workers in North America. Taco Bell has more than 25,000 openings, and Starbucks has posted more than 10,000 listings for baristas. 62% of restaurant operators say they don't have enough employees to service customer demand. I've always said this, especially if you're a server at a decent restaurant, which there are still plenty of restaurants, obviously, out there. Those are good jobs that you can make good money at. You can make, if you're willing to hustle and willing to put in the work, and you're moving throughout the day. I know we can all be customers can be jackasses. Okay, I get that. But if you want to make some cash and some take home foldy money, that ain't a bad gig to have without a college degree. I mean, that's just another one of those jobs that doesn't take a whole lot of experience or any at this point. And again, it all is about the hustle. How hard are you willing to work to make some coin? And man, the jobs are out there if you want them.
Okay,
so go get them.
counterpoint.
And I'm not talking about Taco Bell. I'm talking about
I know.
some of the other
Right.
better
But counterpoint.
restaurants. Go ahead.
People just lost $50,000 a year jobs, and there's a hiring boom at Taco Bell. Okay, that
you can make not Taco Bell. You can make $50K a year. You said $50K. You can make $50K a year as a server.
Right.
You can do that 100%.
Okay, but again, Microsoft, Google, all these people laid off $50,000 a year jobs.
Now they actually have to work for a living.
And Chipotle
instead of sitting back and checking their phones.
Okay.
Oh wait, I gotta say, okay, I was working out. Okay, what did this person say? Okay, all right. Well, he's gone. Okay, I'm back to my iPhone.
Forward motion in the economy. Great stuff.
There you go. Very good. What else is going on? This could be the end for Bed Bath & Beyond. The company received a notice of default from its lender, J.P. Morgan Chase. The company said on Thursday it does not have sufficient resources to pay its debts. Bed Bath & Beyond will be forced into Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which I believe is the worst chapter of bankruptcy. I don't know. I've never declared bankruptcy, but I've heard Chapter 11. When you hear Chapter 11, that's pretty much know it's curtains for that particular business. So there you go. You're gonna have to get your towels and your bubble bath elsewhere. I recommend Meijer.
Okay.
Solid. You could go to the Walmarts, wherever, maybe your local mom and pop shop, buy local. There you go. Get some, I understand. Get some lotions. I like to smell fresh. Get yourself a loofah. It's, maybe some candles. There you go. Enjoy. Have a good soak. I'm going to have a good soak later today. I didn't have to go to Bed Bath & Beyond for my stuff. Finally, Taylor Swift coming to Michigan. The Era Tour is scheduled to hit Detroit's Ford Field for 2 shows in June. Tickets for Friday, June 9th and Saturday, June 10th are available online at Vivid Seats, SeatGeek, and StubHub. I don't know why I find her increasingly off-putting, but if you're a Taylor Swift fan, hey, you got 2 shows. Ford Field, I assume, a good place to watch it. So So there you go. She's no Carrie Underwood in my view, but hey,
I'm a fan.
Not bad
I like
for
her music.
not bad for second tier.
Not buying a ticket.
Yeah.
Madonna's coming around this summer. That I would consider.
Ugh.
But no,
Ugh.
I'm not doing tickets for that. If Genesis were to come around again, I'd get some tickets, but that's not going to happen. Anthrax, on the other hand, over at Soaring Eagle.
Okay, see, Anthrax is fine. Economical, and you get to gamble at the same. You can win money as you're listening to Anthrax. That's what we call a twofer.
Or you can say, hey, Sky, remember that time you played the Reptile House? Remember the time we crammed into the Reptile House? And we laughed.
Oh, God.
I'll never forget that show. We got Anthrax into the Reptile House for the younger folk. The Reptile House was essentially a broom closet. It was tiny.
Okay, that's okay. I'm sorry. That's an insult to broom closets. It wasn't
small,
that big.
And it was dirty, and it was exactly what a club should be.
Oh my God, they never cleaned that
place.
So
it was just filth. But Anthrax was there one night, and they were literally all the way to the ceiling in that place. And I stood outside the door, and this was on the corner of Division and Cherry in Grand Rapids.
Oh yeah.
I stood outside the door for most of the show, and it felt like there. You ever seen one of those ready heaters like on the floor of a garage that pushes out the kerosene heat? It felt like that coming out the door. It was that hot inside the building.
Oh, that was the most disgusting place. And it was fun. Like I was kicked out of there twice because my buddy kept like I had a Long Island iced tea. I was 21 and he was 19. And I ordered one for him and they caught me. They caught us and like we were both kicked out. And now he's a school superintendent.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah. Sorry I got you kicked out of the Reptile House, Bob. But
sports
didn't impact him. Sparty knocks off Iowa 63-61. Michigan falls to top-ranked Purdue at Chrysler 75-70. We got the NFC and AFC championship games. Who's going to the Super Bowl? It's Frisco v. Philly, KC and Cincy. My money's on Frisco and Cincy. That's sports.
All right, all kinds of books for $1,200 today. An 1883 collection of nursery rhymes was called This Character's Melodies. You have to go back a minute.
I think of Merry Melody. It feels like. Alice in Wonderland. I don't know.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, Mother Goose.
No idea. Mother Goose.
Goose, 26. I'm gonna have these
Mother
numbers
Goose
are so big. I'm gonna have to get out the calculator.
What are you talking about? I got 400 the other day, and what did I lose today?
1,200.
Okay, so that's a minus 800. Let's see how quick I did
you're
that
at
math.
26,400 in the hole, and I have to add another 1,200 to that, which takes some time because I'm not good with figures and numbers.
Another 1,200 to 26,400.
Yeah,
that's 27,600.
27,600. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I can do
almost
it again.
30,000 in the hole once again.
Well, I'm not quite there now. 28 is almost 30.
So go back to your idea of telling yourself how good it is and how wonderful you are.
I'm good. Everything's good.
All right.
Life is good. I feel good. Even with that, see, boom, turn into that skid.
All right.
Straighten myself out.
All right. We'll be at Soaring Eagle tomorrow about 6 if you'd like to join us. So pack your wallet full of money and come on over.
That's a bit of a hike.
All right.
And it's going to snow, so maybe next
See you
time.
Monday.
See ya!
Happy Friday, Muskegon. It looks like winter will stick around right through this weekend, so let's look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Starting off with your weather headlines briefly, like enhanced snow will likely move in Friday afternoon, especially points north of Holland, which includes us here in Muskegon. And then another round of snow will arrive throughout the day on Saturday into Saturday night with a clipper system. And then next week looks mostly dry but very cold with highs right around 20 most of next week with cloudy conditions. So temperature-wise today will be a little bit warmer with temperatures generally in the mid-30s. However, it will be snowing most of the day and it will be that heavier, wetter snow as well. So here's the chance of seeing at least 1 inch or more of snow throughout the day. on your Friday, and you can see Muskegon County, especially northern Muskegon County, has a very high chance of seeing at least 1 inch of snow. And then points to the north of us, as you head toward Ludington, they will definitely see 1 inch of snow there as a short wave moves through the area, bringing us some widespread snow. So you can see by 11 a.m. when the snow will be knocking on our door in the lakeshore counties, and that will continue in the afternoon as well. So the lunchtime hour will likely be snowing. Similarly, as you head out of school, around the time school gets out, it will likely be snowing across much of the area, especially points north of Holland and along US 31. So lakeshore counties will definitely get the hardest snowfall rates out of this. And then by the time we get to dinner hour, it will move off to the east and it will just become scattered as temperatures warm into the mid 30s. So some of it will start to melt on the roadways, especially with some salt treatment, but otherwise expect some slick spots across the region for your Friday. Now, snowfall through Friday shows will likely be around 2 inches of snow here in Muskegon County. The heavier amounts toward Kalamazoo is actually what will fall Thursday night, so that does not include what will fall on Friday. But the heaviest snow on Friday will likely be north of Holland along US 31, so closer toward Lake Michigan. And then here's the second round of snow. This is on Saturday, throughout the day on Saturday from the morning through the evening for the chance of 1 inch or more of snow, especially areas between Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo will probably see that as they have the highest probability. But here in Muskegon, I'm expecting over 1 inch of snow with this system as well. We'll probably get another 2 to maybe 3 inches of snow with Saturday's system. And you can see that on our future radar. The heaviest snow will likely come Saturday evening. So if you have dinner plans on Saturday, keep that in mind, especially if you're heading just to the south of Muskegon. You may run into some heavier snowfall rates as roads will likely get slick across the region. So totaling up all the snow for both Friday and also on Saturday, you can see through Sunday morning we'll likely pick up around 5 inches of snow here in Muskegon County. Similarly in Grand Rapids around 5. So I think a general 4 to 6 inches is a pretty good bet by the time we get to Sunday morning, which is pretty good for those businesses that rely on snowfall. So for your Friday, expect snow, especially just before the noon hour, and then temperatures will warm into the mid 30s in the evening, and then overnight tonight will sharply cool down to around 22 degrees with a little bit of snow in the evening hours. And like I said, another round of snow arrives later in the morning hours on Saturday, continuing all Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, when it will likely get the heaviest around dinner time into the evening hours as well. And then it will wrap up before Sunday morning, and we may even see some sunshine on Sunday, but temperatures look to stay cold right around 20 degrees much of next week. And that's your snowy weekend forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon Channel, and I'm Cole Woods Weather, and enjoy the snow this weekend.